When I painted the parlour, you couldn't see him for paste. Dabbing it here, paste and paper everywhere. Mum got stuck to the ceiling, kids got stuck to the floor. I never thought of the blooming family so stuck up before. That was another one which I revelled in singing. Then there was Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer.
I don't really have a first memory of music. I did piano lessons at the age of 4, and I have no consciousness or recollection of ever not having some musical activity. It's always been part of me. I suppose before that, maybe my mother singing Daisy, Daisy to me
really?
in my bed,
Yeah.
because you triggered the memory there. Maybe something like that, or lullabies. I don't know.
Well, all my family used to gather on the piano and sing Irish style, so I was always hearing Gershwin and all of those great musical songs from the 30s, and they'd drink lots of very tall bottles of beer and get really pissed and just sing and sing and sing. My father could play anything on the piano, so that was it, sort of like Irish stuff, wasn't it? There was no TV, radio was very limited. It was the war, wasn't it? People were killing themselves in Europe, and what were we doing? Getting pissed and playing around the piano and singing. That's what happens in Australia.
Seeing Jimi Hendrix play at the Marquee Club when he first started, when I was 15, absolutely sort of had a blistering experience from which I still vibrates me now, like more than 40 years later. So I mean, seeing that, I mean, I'm like, wow, he can do that. Oh, I'd like to do something like that.
But I met Hendrix before I heard him play, so I got to know him as a sort of as a sunny, funny, sedgy, friendly guy who played left-handed and could make the room reverberate with a guitar that wasn't even plugged into an amplifier. But for me, my big revelationary experience about the guitar was from Jeff Beck, and I saw Jeff Beck play in the Marquee. And he was like a cowboy riding a horse, and he was like, or a motorbike or something. He was there, and the guitar seemed to hang in midair, and he seemed to look at it sort of with a sort of amused puzzlement. And then every time he touched it, amazing things would happen. Yeah, that's pure magic.
He was one of the greats.
Pure magic.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
I can't stand people who just repeat blues riffs over and over again.
Yeah, blues riffs over and over again.
And blues singing now, it's like blues singing, it's all become plastic. People go, oh, yeah, the Stevie Wonder effect. It's cool when Stevie Wonder does it, but just like everybody else doing it. Can you imagine millions of times that particular lick must have been sung?
Yeah, some R&B with all the wiggly vocals, I find that very irritating. And also I find that a lot of R&B videos extremely irritating. I mean, they just seem to sort of just purvey like materialist stereotypes. It's like product placements. It's just all money and bling and really shallow.
I think it's going back to the 15th, 16th century, I think, if my history is correct, when nobody cared about who composed music, and you know, it was just the orchestras. It was completely faceless and nameless. So what I do now is, when on my iPod and iTunes and stuff like that, I just rename everything with really surrealist poetic names. So I've got no idea who's playing anything. And that puts me back in the 15th, 16th century. I like that idea.
Yeah, I remember it well.
Honest.
Yeah, we had a good time then. 15th, 16th century, that was rocking, man.
I was a black magician.
Oh yeah?
Yes, so I'm not sure whether we met or not.
Definitely rocking, hard rocking. Led Zeppelin.
Very bad boy.
I think it's you know, the whole thing. It's a bit like the sort of, you know, a lot of people bemoan the state of the industry. I hate that phrase, industry. Anyway, I bloody hate music industry. My God, I loathe that phrase. But it's a bit of a sort of, you know, the old thing of the pint glass half full or half empty. You know, one guy weeping because his half empty glass is half empty, and another guy really happy because he's still got a half full glass. You know, I mean, there's a lot of, it's like swings and roundabouts. I think if the major record labels all collapse and die, in the short term it will cause income pain to artists. But in the long term, something much more healthy will grow out of it. So I'm for the, you know, like I look in the papers and I'm looking for news of EMI collapsing, and it makes me happy when I read of things like that. Seriously, I really do. I think their time has gone, and they've ripped us all off for so long, you know. And I mean, you know, okay, people free downloading. We don't earn anything from free downloading, but if it makes the major labels collapse, it will benefit us in the long term. as artists, we will develop a new and more civilised relationship with the people who listen to our music.
Yeah. Yes, they're coming between us. Have been for years.
Yeah.
Bastards.